Welcome back, everybody. RHMax is not here yet, but he will be here shortly. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry I'm late. To start off, I did want to show something. I made a big mistake yesterday, and it needs to be clarified. 1 second. Okay. Okay. So if we go here, we have Sami's tweet. So in my video yesterday, I talked about the Hex on Ethereum and Hex on Pulsechain hitting parity, provided that the OA puts a very large number of liquidity pairs, 1-for-1, of EX and PX. You can check out that video, which was actually a very good video. But I mentioned that Sami said, I mentioned this tweet by Sami, and I understood him to have said that this has nothing to do with the USD price, meant that he thought that maybe Hex and EX and PX would be tradable 1-for-1, but they would be trading at different USD prices. It turns out that's not what he meant at all. And I would like to apologize, even though I didn't say it in like a, just not even though, but I didn't say it, and to be provocative or offensive. I said it in like a very friendly way. I just thought he made a mistake, but it turns out that I made the mistake, and I apologize. What he meant to say was that the liquidity, like thick liquidity in one pool, in one USD pool, and thin liquidity in would maybe prevent huge price run-ups in the thin liquidity pool. I don't know. People said that, the differences in liquidity in the USDC pools could prevent massive price run-ups for Hex. And I have to read more into this, but he was saying here that that's not true. And Johnny Chaos confirmed that that's not true. So I did want to publicly apologize to Sami. Turns out that I completely misunderstood what he was saying, but I re-uploaded it and I cut out the part where I was quoting his Twitter thing. So that's that. And RHMax is here. What is going on?
What's happening?
Welcome.
Hey. So I heard you were apologizing to our friend Sami. What'd you do, man? What'd you do?
He's my friend.
Not our friend.
I said your friend. It's mine.
Get your own friend, Sami.
No, I did a video yesterday. I mean, during my stream yesterday, I talked about the whole parity thing, Johnny Chaos's theory on parity. Mm-hmm. So I misunderstood his tweet to be saying that it will be 1-for-1 EHEX and PHEX, but at the same time, the US dollar value would be different, but that's not what he was saying. So I turned out to be the one misunderstanding. I don't know if you're familiar with this tweet. Yeah, it happens.
No, I haven't seen it until now, but he has a lot of tweets. I mean, this dude tweets a lot of stuff and a lot of valuable stuff too. It's hard to keep up. It's like every hour, it's like he's got some new chart or some new clever way of like describing something. So if you're going to misunderstand any tweets, people talk about, it's understandable that you'd be reading a lot of his stuff and be like, oh, that's not right, but maybe you misunderstood what he was saying. It happens. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously everyone should be following him. He provides so much great content for the show. I cover his tweets like every day. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
But how are you doing, man?
I'm tired. I'm pretty tired. This is number 5 of the 6 streams, the 2 double headers, 3 days in a row. So you're number 5. And I'm just like, man, I'm getting tired. I'm looking forward to my break next week. So
oh my gosh. You're going on vacation?
Yeah,
just,
sort of.
just a
Just
pause?
different atmosphere. Yeah, I'll be doing some. I won't be streaming, so that's one thing. I gotta stop streaming for like at least 8, 9, 10 days, and then I'm still gonna be creating content though. If you want to pull up a tweet, by the way, you can pull up my tweet. We could talk about that real quick because
Yeah, sure.
it's related to what I will be doing on my break. So I'll give it to you. Just one sec.
RHMax.
Let me go find it. Well, yeah, I guess if you're there, just scroll down. Scroll.
Oh, look at this guy. Good looking guy over there.
I know, like you blend the background pretty well too. Actually, pretty handsome there. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So I discovered for making thumbnails, what you want to do is you want to put the picture in first, and then you decide the background.
Okay. Yeah.
Instead of the background first, because yeah. But
gotcha.
where we
scroll down to February 14th. It says want to help market Hex Pulsechain. Almost there.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so this is the one I think that I will be. I'm taking a break, but I'm really just pivoting to what I'm going to be working on, and this is what I want to experiment with. Go into Google Trends, go into YouTube, looking at TikTok most search for stuff, and then either do some video. So two things TikTok. I'm thinking about. Yeah, of course TikTok is good. It's going.
Would you want to share your screen so you can walk us through it? It would be easier.
Well, I mean, there's nothing. I was just going to talk about it. It's nothing really.
All right.
I could just talk about the tweet. Basically, the idea is go to those places, go to Google Trends, go to TikTok, most discovered stuff, most searched for, whatever, and then search hexsearch.io, which indexes all of Richard's videos, and then clip Richard, like search for those keywords. Search for. Can you just click on either Google Trends or TikTok or whatever, something like that, and then we can actually search for it here if you want. Yeah, so scroll down and then go to related topics. So bankruptcy, Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX. Okay, so now we know people are looking for these type of topics that are related to crypto, and now we can go to, if you just go to hexsearch.io. I guess I could do this, but you seem capable as well.
I'm not quite a securities engineer, but I'm all right.
Yeah. And then just type in bankruptcy, for example. So that's one of the keywords we found from the Google Trends that people were actually searching for this stuff. And now we got all of Richard's index videos at least from his channel, talking about bankruptcy. And if you click on like one of the ones that talks about bankruptcy, maybe the Celsius one, that sounds interesting because it's got two. We got double whammy. We got Celsius. We know people search for that. And we have bankruptcy. And now we have a clip right here of Richard talking about bankruptcy, Celsius, things that we see. The data shows people are searching for this stuff, at least on Google Trends for this example. And we can, there's plenty of other examples too. And then we can take this, download the YouTube video, and then make a clip from him talking about it. And within that clip, whatever you're using, Premiere Pro, using Final Cut Pro, whatever it is, you can add in other stuff. You can put in roller coasters, like all of the TikTok videos are. You can put in some kind of music in the background, whatever it is. That now, and then use that keyword in your title. So once you have the clip, you can post the title of stuff people are actually clicking on. You have the hashtags. You have everything you need for people to drive people towards the clip of what they're already searching for. But now you can give them that content that they're looking for. You can be in that list of their results. So that's what I want to work on next week is just going through a lot of the videos, looking at the keywords, and I'm sure I'll produce a lot of data. I'll probably share that on Twitter too. Be like, hey, here's what I found out. I found all these hashtags of stuff that people are looking for this content. Richard's talked about it, and then just create a bunch of clips, videos, TikToks, whatever it is from that, and then share the data and help people. Again, that's what the TikTok, YouTube Shorts deal is for, right? The whole group is about like trying to figure out how to make these videos go viral, keywords and data for people or what they're actually searching for. You want to be in their results. You got to do this type of thing. So this is one thing I'm going to try to do to help produce the virality effect.
Yeah, and that's a very good idea, guys. So we got to take note of that. Did you see KDP's tweet? regarding
Which one?
Regarding TikTok. Where is she?
I did not. Yeah, you wanna pull that up?
There we go. 3.6 million views on TikTok.
Hex Crypto 3.7. Wow. Okay. That almost seems low because some of the videos, I mean, I guess I'm desensitized because I hear you talking about, this and that channel has 250K views. So I thought it would be more.
No, so
like 36 million or something.
So that is just the look how much we raised the standards of, with the TikTok movement.
It's all you, man. I'm like, TikTok is the way to do this.
It's crazy. It's crazy the viewership you get on TikTok that there's nothing getting this engagement on YouTube or Twitter or anything like that. But TikTok, it's actually achievable. But that was just hashtag Hex Crypto. Think about hashtag Richard Hart, hashtag regular, hashtag Hex.
True.
Hashtag.
Yeah, I'd like to add those up.
Pulsechain, hashtag Pulsechain.com, like all those things. Hashtag Richard Hart win. You gotta be looking at a lot more than 3.6 to say the least. Which is crazy. And this is with the price down like 92%. You got to be thinking that when the bull market comes, Hex will be viral. And it will be viral because of TikTok. That's where virality is achieved in 2023. You don't go viral anywhere else.
How did she figure that out? Is there a way to click on hashtag and see how many views it has on TikTok?
That's a good.
I think if you just go to TikTok and then click on search in a hashtag or whatever, or click on it, it should tell you, I think. And then we could add it up. We could see how many Pulsechain has, how many Richard Hart has, and we'll know, some kind of number. So that's Hex Crypto too. I've been tagging Hex. Like, what's better to tag, by the way?
So the problem with tagging Hex is that, well, it's good. You know what? Because
the witches.
We should take over that hashtag. But for now, it's not. That's how poor the Hex presence was on TikTok. That when you searched it, you didn't even get the crypto. And that's not the case on Twitter, obviously, and it's not the case on YouTube. But TikTok, it is. But that's going to change. So how did she wait? We can't do that with the link on your Twitter. Is that? No,
you can see. No, that's just for seeing what people are searching for. I mean, maybe you can see that, but for we want to see how many Pulsechain, how many Richard Hart has and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
It says tap hashtag under the search bar, and TikTok shows you how many views that specific hashtag has.
So
tap hashtag under the search bar. Does that make sense?
Hashtag. It could be on the mobile app because honestly, the TikTok desktop is pretty weak.
God, I wish TikTok would make things easier to get these metrics and stuff.
Yeah, TikTok is honestly kind of ghetto. As much as trendy as it is, it's definitely doesn't have the interface of, let's say, YouTube.
Right. So, but yeah, that's what I plan on working on, pumping out some content, hopefully get some good background scenes and stuff too. But yeah, going through RH stuff, just produce basically instead of streaming, I'll be offline creating content and trying something different to see if I can make a dent in this too. Yeah.
Well, this is hashtags over here. So I guess it's on a mobile. So this is probably what it meant when you searched it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so on mobile, yeah, that would be interesting to see how many Hex Pulsechain Richard Hart has, and then get an aggregated version. That'd be a high quality tweet if you did that, and then put that on the thread, and then KDP would like it, and then you would boom, 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 data. That's how value is created, incentivized.
For sure.
What's up, Red Squirrel? Good to see you, man. Oi, oi.
So I guess we could. That's that. Let's check out the crypto market, I guess. Like Bitcoin is on a tear right now, and the question is the bottom in, or is 11K and prey in play?
I thought we're doing 15K because inflation.
So people are saying that, but I said that Richard Hart doubled down during Hex conference, and we were around 15. So I think it's not fair if we. it's not fair if we, settle with 15.
What would be actually another good data point when he said 11K in prey the first time? I wonder if we could adjust for inflation, what that number would actually be. It's probably not 15K. It's probably like 12K, 13K, somewhere through there, but it's definitely more than 11K.
Yeah, I don't know if you could really find that though, because like inflation adjusted.
Hexsearch.io.
Yeah,
we could find when he first said it.
Yeah, but like inflation, like for everything is different. I don't even know if you consider like crypto and stocks inflation.
That's true.
Like it's really measured for like goods and services.
But, I guess there are some complexities around like what do you consider that? Yeah.
No, because all the inflation really goes into the stock and crypto markets. That's why there's so low inflation in goods and services, because those are because people's needs for goods and services are limited, but all that extra money has to go somewhere. That's really why the stock market and crypto market go up like crazy.
So I eat a lot of eggs, and I'm not happy with these egg prices right now. So
$7. What is going on with that? Is there like a supply chain bottleneck or something?
I think it's something to do with the chickens. The chickens are having problems for one reason or another. I don't think it's a supply chain, funny enough. It's like, I don't know. We just have like these weird. I mean, I guess you could say it is supply chain because part of the supply chain are the chickens, but it's not like we can't, load enough eggs on the truck because there's not enough truck drivers. It's not that situation. I don't think it's just like chickens be laying less eggs or something. I don't know, but it's affecting me. I was like, when it first happened, I couldn't get eggs. Like, I use delivery services a lot for stuff because it's just easier and I don't feel like going out shopping all the time. And it's like, we just couldn't deliver them. I'm like, what are you talking about? I couldn't deliver them. Everyone has eggs. I've never had a problem getting eggs. And then once I finally found a store that had them, I ordered like 5 cartons and that lasted, but then it didn't. And so I got them at like the cheaper prices, which was still like $5. But yeah, now they're $7 and stuff. It's crazy.
Wow. What was I thinking? Oh, so my question is it worthwhile to buy eggs if those hen OGs are just going to keep on dumping them? They get to mint new eggs for free.
It depends on. So that's the thing with physical stuff and you like necessities and food. Like you always need food. You always need water. You need shelter. You need like these types of things. So you kind of can't not do them. Unless you're just super broke and you just like, I'm just going to eat ramen now. I guess you can pivot. But you can never not eat food, right? You can only pivot to other, less costly food. So I think the big food is going to be around for a while. We got to eat.
No, that was my joke because everyone says like Hex just inflates and they dump it. Eggs are mooning, and those are there's some new eggs minted every day.
I don't want eggs to moon. I don't want gasoline. Gasoline can moon if you want. If you own an electric car, you don't care about gasoline. But stuff like that, we prefer not to moon. I think overall.
There you go. And so it seems like you're more leaning towards the bottom is in for Bitcoin because you're saying that it's 15K. And we could like people could decide whether or not Richard meant 15 really, but like at the end of the day, it seems like that means people are saying the bottom's in. Because they're changing it.
Have you watched the All In podcast with Chamath and David and all those guys? Yeah, okay. I love it. And Chamath was on there the other day, a couple weeks ago actually, and he was like whipsaw, and he's like, markets are good, and I'm like, that's kind of it's one of those things. It's going to cause a lot of. It seems like from just like listening to some of the podcasts I listen to and otherwise, I'm not a TA guy or any of that. I'm just I hear stuff on Twitter and I hear stuff on TV, and I don't watch CNN. I don't watch that crap. But like I watch like people who got the ears to the ground, Silicon Valley, all that.
Yeah.
And it seems like 2023. I thought it was gonna be very boring or just sideways, but there could be whipsaw type of thing. And I think for us the most relevant thing, if you're in this ecosystem, is does Pulsechain launch in that good part of the whipsaw? Does it launch around the part where it takes the momentum and things go up? Or does some other macro stuff keep beating it down? Bitcoin's looking awful good right now. I don't know. I always hesitate to be like, oh, Richard's not going to get his call, because he gets a lot of calls. But if he doesn't get a call and Pulsechain launches and Hex moons, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe it's okay. It's okay if everything he doesn't predict comes true all the time. So
yeah. And I said, what's it called? That even if he didn't get it on the number, like, who's getting it on the number? I mean, he's got it on the number, but it's very unlikely to get something exactly correct, especially something like, bottoms and top calls. I guess we got a little bit spoiled because he actually got them before. But
I mean, as soon as somebody declares war, Bitcoin may go down to 11K.
Yeah, I mean, that is always in play. That is true. But I said everybody was saying 100K for sure, right? That was not even a question. The question was if it was going to 300K or even 1 million, because we're getting hyper Bitcoinization and all of a sudden we're getting world reserve currency. And one person said the top is in, and that was pretty darn good. So whether or not, he was on the money about 11K, like, I mean, I guess we could say grayscale, or we could say really adjusted for inflation, like he said in that clip. But even if you want to say that he was technically wrong, he was the most right, without a question.
Yeah, I think I think these things are on a spectrum. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about like how right you are at what time frame, because you can make any call you want, and if the macro environment changes, then it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter if you've been not right 99 times out of 100. You're going to be wrong if there's something out of your control that happens. It just totally wipes out the market, or the other way around, totally makes the market go to full bull mode. So
yeah. So here's an interesting question. I would want to hear your thoughts on this. So you know how they say Jim Cramer is always wrong, right? He's always wrong. Did you hear my soundbite?
The counter trade.
Yeah, the counter trade. And people think it's because he's dumb, and people think that it is because maybe he's trying to trick people and trade the other way. I think that it makes a lot of sense why he's always wrong, right? Because they say buy the rumor, sell the news, right? And Jim Cramer is the news. Like, whatever he says, even if what he says is supposed to be correct, him saying it, like, let's say he gives a price call or whatever, him saying it completely disrupts market dynamics because people start front running and then everything changes. So I wonder if you agree with that. And if you agree with that, is Richard Hart right now, he's still not so well known, right? Like, but there will come a point where he is probably the biggest name in crypto. So will there become a point where he cannot possibly make price calls because it would disrupt market dynamics?
Even before, so he's got 300K followers or so now on Twitter. When I remember listening to him when he was like, oh, I got like 6K followers or stuff like that. It's super surreal when I hear those long hair, 8-hour live stream type conversations. But even then, even when he called the top on the day, Christmas and all that, I remember him talking about he didn't want to explicitly say it. And there's all kinds of ways you can criticize that too. Oh, because you don't want to be wrong, or there's all kinds of different ways you could look at that too. But his explanation was he didn't want to make the top as well. And that was back when he had, I don't know, 60, 80K followers, if I were to guess. So yeah, I think the narrative of the more popular he gets, the more well-known he is, the more right he's proven to be. Maybe he talks less about these calls, or because he doesn't want, or maybe he only talks in the direction he wants the market to go based on, whatever bets he's placed. So it'll be interesting to see how many, does he stop making calls in the future? Is this the last call he's going to make? I think that's a legit question.
I think so, especially with the TikToks. He will be the biggest person in crypto, probably. And like Vitalik cannot possibly make Ethereum calls, right? Because they'll get front run and everything will be disrupted. He cannot possibly make correct ones. And Richard doesn't make hex calls because he has enough of an effect on the market for hex, right? Like, big whales buy and sell based on things that he says, that he can't really make a price call. So I think he will stop making price calls. I think that's ultimately what it'll be.
Well, I love how all the big influencers are just, Ivan Tech started to talk about Pulsechain. They all secretly follow him and want to do what he thinks is going to happen, right? Like I imagine they're placing, a lot of them are placing their bets on what Richard is talking about, or placing his bets on whatever they believe that to be. And we don't know the private conversations they may have. There may be this elite chat room on Telegram that's all these influencers and Richard and stuff, and they're just like, and he's just they're all just listening to him or something. You never know, like all these things happening.
Well, I'll tell you this much: Ivan on Tech, it's not really so secret anymore. I mean, he's very open about it. They call him Ivan on Hex.
I like that. We're getting a copy of Ivan on Pulsechain.
Yeah, exactly. And Gold Key is here. What's going on, Gold Key?
Legendary Gold Key.
Gold Key. I've been saying a lot of nice things about his memes and his TikToks. So I hope he's heard the nice things I've been saying. But if not, you now know I've been saying very nice things about those memes and TikToks. So
you got to say them now because he's here. You know he's going to hear them now.
I love your memes and TikToks, Gold Key.
This is your shot, your one opportunity.
Oh yeah. Hopefully he subscribes.
Got an Eminem vibe now.
Yes, he likes it. He likes it.
Nice.
So this is.
You want to piss a lot of people off?
What's that?
You want to piss a lot of people off? You want to talk about the good accounting, holy wars?
Yes, I do want to talk about that. Yes.
It's just so funny to me how there's this diametrically opposed views in the community.
What is going on?
It invites me to like really research and try to figure out both sides, because that's what I love to do. I love to take these divisive issues or controversial things and really look at them from the ground up, understand. And I'm not saying I understand this issue fully either, because there's a lot of complexities around it, but I love looking at both sides and really understanding that why people believe in a certain way based on their motivations, incentives, or just based on how the system works. And that's what got me interested when I saw like these threads of, you had Kincaid Honey being like, somebody GA this stake. And then other people like, no, don't do it. And then this whole thread of all the stuff going on around the Godwells, the stake that came up that I think eventually got good accounted as far as I remember. So I was reading Crispy Man's article recently. He started Patreon, by the way. Shout out to him and his Patreon. Go support Crispy Man, author of hexfire.io. Excellent resource.
He was on the show, by the way.
Oh, nice.
You didn't see that? Oh, you got to check that out.
I didn't. Man, you stream every day. I can't. As people tell me this all the time, I'm gonna tell you, I can't keep up.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't keep up.
Fair.
Do a lot of cool streams. Yeah, Crispy Man's awesome. He does a lot of fantastic work for the community. If you just like listed all the stuff he does as far as data and analytics and information, it's insane. But so 101 real quick, anyone can run good accounting on an expired stake. So it stops the penalties from bleeding, stops the stake from bleeding out, or if it's been bleeding out, it distributes the penalties to the other stakers in the pool. And it removes the T-shares from the pool, which are diluting other stakers. And obviously, depending on the size of the stake, whether this matters, if it's a really tiny stake, who cares? If it's a huge stake, then, still, it's not going to make a huge difference. But there's people who are super crazy about their APY. They're like, if it goes up like 1/10 of a percent, they're like that's like a big deal. It's like, to me, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but a lot of people take it very seriously. And but it does not. The most important thing, it does not mint the rest of the hex in the stake. You got to actually end the stake to mint the rewards. So it just stops it from bleeding out and removes the T-shares, all that stuff. So the big deal with the divisive issue is, like, again, going back to the tweets and stuff that happened around it. Godwell stake, it was like, should it be good accounted or not? So anyone could run the function, which is interesting because it kind of like removes, I think it's definitely a feature, obviously, not a bug. It allows you to, allows the community to have a little bit more control over the system. So it removes some of the individual sovereignty of the stake. And there's, trade-offs and pros and cons on that, but it allows the community to make decisions if people aren't ending their stakes on time. So I think the two, and again, this is kind of at a high level, and in the chat, please tell me your thoughts and if you agree or disagree. And I'm sure I'm missing some points here, but in general, the case for running good accounting seems to be, so if you run good accounting immediately or once the stake has fully bled out, seems to be the best for the community, hex stakers, all that, right? So stakers get paid more, they remove, or you want to remove the T-shares to increase API, whatever. And that's 100 weeks. By the way, 100 weeks because 1% bleeds out every week. Technically 102 weeks because there's a 2-week grace period before it starts bleeding out. But 1% bleeds out every week. Just to give you an idea of how this works.
So you're saying you want to remove it after it bleeds out so there's no sell pressure?
Yeah, so the rewards are distributed to all the other people in the staking pool. That would be the idea. So you're basically, but you're taking, so that's the other part of it. It's like you're taking the rewards, right? Like you're taking the stake and you're distributing it to the community. Whether you feel comfortable with that or not goes to the second point, which is, okay, the other idea is like, don't touch it. So at best, this leaves the decision within the hands of the staker. The person who has a stake, do they want to end it? Do they want to let it bleed out? I mean, what didn't the OA let some stakes bleed out before to increase this, something around that in the early days of Hex? I think that happened. Something in that ballpark at least. Don't quote me on that, but maybe there's other strategies around it. Maybe they want to be good Samaritan or whatever. But this is a special case with the Godwell, since he's so far, until proven otherwise, he's a benevolent actor in the ecosystem, an asset to the community that we don't want to piss off. We want him around. We want him to be happy because he has a lot of investment and he could be in any other community. He could drop and leave. He could sell his Hex. He could dump everything. I mean, eventually, I don't know how many stakes he has, but he has Liquid too. He has Pulsechain. He has all this stuff. Is it okay to have less APY or have, not let it bleed out or not run a good accounting and stuff for these special whales, for these special people in the community, and treat them differently than you would some, random person that doesn't have this history and you don't feel this, endearment towards them. You don't feel like you need to have this extra level of respect for them, I guess you would say. So that's the two things. I'm not sure where I end up on this. I kind of, being a pragmatic libertarian, I'm all about individual sovereignty. I think it's interesting that this community feature is in Hex. I think it's there for a reason. I'm okay with it. But if I were Godwell, or if I were just some mega whale in the Hex system, and I had some plan to let it bleed out, or I was on vacation or whatever, I would feel like, I don't know. I like to having that control over the stakes. And I'm not sure. I'm not saying it would like really upset me or whatever if somebody good at counted some of my stakes, but it's definitely coming from this is better for the stakers. This is better. People are aligned, can be incentivized and aligned to do this or let it bleed out and then end it. So I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts on that. What do you think though? What do you think? Good accounting, run a good accounting, don't touch it. What do you feel like?
I would probably run the good accounting. I mean, yeah, if whales treat the price well, if we treat the whales well, they treat the price well. So I think ultimately that's really what matters. If the price doesn't do well, then nothing else matters. So, and he's had a proven track record of just benevolency and, really bringing Hex to where it is. So I think he doesn't have to be here. He never had to come here in the first place. He could just leave crypto for good. So why would anyone want to do bad by him is the real question. I mean, I'm just saying, in life, there are people that are better than you. There are people that are above you. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like if you work at a company or something, at a corporation, there are people that have higher value than you, and there are people that have lower value than you. But at the end of the day, it's good that the people like the CEO gets a better treatment than somebody working in a cubicle. But at the end of the day, everybody benefits, right? Because if you get high quality people working at your company, and treat them better, therefore they will want to work there, then it's a better company. It's more profitable and everybody could really benefit. So I think in life, I think that's just the way it works. Like some people get treated better than others, but that doesn't mean, and that's just really how it is. So I don't think this should be the exception. I think the Godwell should get a better treatment. And you saw that with the multiplier with the Pulsechain sacrifice, right? They had a whale bonus multiplier because whales protect the price. So I think it's yeah.
I'll just say shout out to Crispy's in the chat, and I read his article this morning. That's why I could articulate half of what I did so well, at least.
So which side did he take? He said it should bleed out or it shouldn't.
I think he might have taken the bleeding out. It's like, Crispy, correct me if I'm wrong, but were you? I don't think it was explicit, but I think you were bringing up a lot of points of why it should be good accounted. I think, but correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't want to speak for him.
I don't know.
There's data each way. I mean, yeah.
I think trying to incite the man that controls the price is probably it sounds like picking up pennies in front of freight trains. So you get like a little extra payout. How much more would the payout be?
So can you post Goldkey's question or statement as well? I think he's got some interesting commentary as well on this. Would it be interesting to run the numbers back and see if they increase yield from? Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like, does it even matter? I don't know. To me, it doesn't matter like that unless everyone is getting like 50% less APY. Like, yeah, sure, that matters. But if we're getting like 1% less APY, to me, I would not care as much about it. But there's some people who just want to max their APY, and I get it. Like, maybe you have this plan, you want to retire on passive income, you've already ran the numbers, you're set on these types of things, and you want to protect your bags. I totally get that part too. But that's a good point, Goki. And then a lot of people are talking about communists. Communists. Every time I see it,
bad optics.
Communists. People are talking about communists. That was another discussion. You could get communists for running good accounting. So that's what the first thing that come to my mind is like when I saw this was, I wonder if somebody's going to do the good accounting communist bonus that they can get for doing that. So that's another incentive to run good accounting. So you see where the communist product lands, right? Communist products is like, we want good accounting. They will reward you for doing it. So that's one side to look at.
There you go. It says conditional on Godwell stake 100%. I believe that was the right action. Godwell is a Hexkin too. So on Godwell, so he's saying it was good to do the good accounting, right?
I think so. He said, so it sounds like he's saying it case by case basis, but on the Godwell, he believes it was the right action.
Yeah. You got to treat the whales right. Because you got to treat them better because that means we all benefit, right? Everyone benefits when they benefit.
I literally can see it both ways. Like I could make a case, and that's why I want to look at both sides. Like I could tell you my preference, but I could see Chris's
preference.
Well, I think it was, I don't know too. Maybe it depends on how long. Like if it was bleeding out, I wouldn't. Okay, maybe I'll say it like this. I don't think I want to let Godwell bleed out because I like Godwell.
Yeah, me too.
I think maybe that's where I stand. I wouldn't want him to bleed out. But if, so I guess it's a question of how long would I wait before running good accounting on that stake? Maybe that's the way I'm currently thinking about it. Maybe I wouldn't do it immediately. But if I saw he was like starting to lose half of his stack, I'd be like, oh man, I don't want him to lose his hex. Like, he's been great. So maybe that's where I'm at. I kind of have a lukewarm position, but I can literally make a case both ways. I could still man both sides of this and come up with great answers.
But can't you say that if it's not unstaked, he doesn't want it? There's obviously a reason for that, so you shouldn't good account it. And he has a Twitter. He could tell people that.
So that's another point. So we have to make certain assumptions here. We have to assume that he forgot. Well, okay. So we're either going with he either forgot to end it, or do we assume that it's a mistake? Do we assume that he's making a mistake, or do we assume that he wants that to happen? Maybe he wants it to bleed out. I don't know. Like it's like I said, I think the OA did some stuff like that before. Maybe there's some strategy around it. So you have to make certain assumptions, and that affects the whether it makes sense or not in certain cases, and what you value. Do you value treating Godwell with like the utmost respect of anyone? Do you want to treat him differently than other people?
Yes.
Or do you want to treat him, or do you want to claim, or do you want to make more APY? That's what I'm saying. Like I could literally make a case both ways.
Isn't like Hex gone if he decides it's gone?
He could definitely, if he wanted to damage the price for a long-term period, I believe he has enough hex and again equity in Pulsechain and PulseX and all that to make it happen. But it's not in, the good thing is it's not in his benefit to do that, right? It's not in anyone's benefit to do that. The OA, it's not in their benefit to do it, because what are you going to do? You're going to take $10 million out to sink a project that could be worth billions and tens of billions of dollars in a few years? Like,
yeah. But he definitely could get his revenge, maybe just, not nuke it, but,
I'm hoping he's a stable person. I'm hoping he's like, oh, they GA'd my stake. Well, that's fine. I'm hoping that's his response.
Maybe he was testing us. It was a test.
It could be a test.
He wanted to see what is this community made of. It was, that's really what it was. It's a test.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I try not to get stuck on this. Like, oh, we should definitely GA it, or, oh no, I can't believe you GA'd it, leave him alone. Like, I try not to get stuck in that, because I can literally make this case both ways. And there's another interesting comment from Ocean Breeze.
I was actually going to pull that up.
Yeah, ending the Godwell stakes on good accounting. Is that what Godwell wanted? I wouldn't be messing with the Godwell stakes. See, maybe he has a plan. That's another reason not to G8. Or maybe he doesn't. You got to make certain assumptions here.
Only on the internet what people think.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm firmly in the middle on this. I have a lukewarm opinion on which direction, because I like to see both sides and figure out, because it's no point in just like yelling at each other over this stuff. It's strange, but it makes for good. It made me go research this. It made me go read Crispy's article and try to grok it myself so I could explain it. And we're making content with it. So it's like Richard's dev outrage marketing stuff that went on for a couple weeks at least. We're waiting. Where's the next one though? We're at our third week. It made me go explain to people, go devsplain, do a bunch of streams. So if there's ulterior, is that the word? Ulterior?
Ulterior motives?
Not motives, but ulterior good, like other good consequences for this stuff happening, like stuff that's outside the current angle.
And then Hex Squid says it was a gift from the community.
You could say that. You could say, yeah. You could say it is. You could say it's not. It's lots of different ways. I don't know. I guess I think we should be good to him. He's been good to us. He didn't have to be here. So, I mean, in terms of, again, yeah.
If you're thinking of it, should he get special treatment or not? I don't know. I am of the opinion that people are, I mean, you can't just treat everyone the same. People are different, right? You have people that you're closer to and people that you're not as close to, and you treat the people you're closer to. It's just, I guess that's kind of the way it works. It's a moral dilemma. This is a moral dilemma.
Yeah, I like there's a phrase. Yeah, by the way, Crispy looks like he wants to talk about it more. There's this quote. What is it like? The people closer to you, you treat like, your family within like the nuclear family structure, for example. It's like communism, right? Like, we all got to be together and be a family, and you got to obey me, parents and kids and stuff. And then the further you go out, like your exterior family, it's kind of like socialism. Like, you want to help them, you don't want them to go broke, you want to help them a little bit more. And the further you go out, it's just like more like, just democracy and capitalism and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, you better, you got to work for, you got to earn what you get, and nobody has to help you and all that stuff. So it's like Godwell is sort of like closer to the family, closer to the Hex family than a lot of stakers are. You could look at it like that. So maybe you want to treat them, maybe you want to give them free stuff. You want to treat them nice.
I'd agree with that. I would agree with that. The GA function is public for anyone to use, so no point worrying about what Godwell thinks. I guess.
So there you go. Godwell, I'm sure he's aware that good accounting exists, and he has factored that into his decisions as well. That this could be, if he has some plan of letting it bleed out, a risk is he could just get good accounted. So maybe that's not his plan. Maybe that's a logical step of saying his plan wouldn't be that, because he knows people are looking at his wallets and they would good account that, unless he just made a mistake. It's another thing.
Yeah, there you go. So I don't know. I guess we're torn here.
It's ripping the community apart.
it's ripping the community apart. But
I think
guess
it's interesting to discuss. That's why I wanted to bring it up. I was like, I use it as a learning opportunity, not a drama opportunity, but like a learning opportunity. I think it's interesting to discuss.
Definitely. And we got 109 watching. So please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And then what you got to do.
We'd have 200 watching if you didn't bleep out Godwell up there.
Yeah, there you go. And once you do that, you have to go over, obviously, to RHMax's channel and hit the like and subscribe there.
Look at this. Look at this cup. Look at that. Look at that custom swag.
And then you go to his website and you buy a mug. But you can't, because he doesn't monetize anything.
There is a local Hexagon meetup, so if you're in Pacific Northwest, let us know, and I can get you a mug for free. But I can't sell you. Can't sell it to you.
Are you going to the? Speaking of the meetups, are you going to the Florida one, the one in Hexpo Miami?
Miami, yes. I plan to be in Miami. I do. Yes.
Same here.
Me, you, and Ben Dubard. Right? Where we at? Boom. Boom. Nice. Yeah, dude, should be fun. Yeah, it's always good to meet people in real life. At PulseCon last year, got to meet a lot of people I'd only met on the internet, and
yeah, what was that like?
I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just, I mean, the conference, there wasn't much content, and there was like internet problems at the conference. There wasn't like a lot of really good talks. There was a couple. I mean, not that I even went to them. I showed up late. I was at the Maximus booth most of the time, giving away swag and hanging out with those guys. Shout out to Gold Key and Dip Catcher. Great, awesome guys. Very large human beings too. We fit in the same. We're in the same room in that category. And so just like hanging out with people. Yeah, tall.
How tall are they? I heard Hodl Dog's like 6'7".
Really? Yeah. He may be the biggest one then. We're not that big, but that's large. Wow.
Well, how tall are you?
I would never dox my height.
Okay.
No, it's very. Look at the pictures. Look at the Pulse conference pictures. I'm sure there's one with me and Dip Catcher and Gold Key in it.
Where do I get them? Where do I see them?
Man, it's been a while.
You want to share your screen? You can pull it up.
I don't know where to pull it up. Let me. I can share for a second though. Let me share, and we'll go out on this topic because I need to do some stuff too. Okay, Twitter. Let's do, what would that be? PulseCon V3, and look at media. That's not the right PulseCon. 2023. Oh God. Is this just not, people just not use this hashtag? Let's see. Let me just do this. Tanto nomini. No shit. Damn names. Gary. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one, by the way.
Should I pull this? I'll put it on the screen now.
Oh yeah, you can put it on there. This is one I made because he was at the Hex, was it the X conference? Yeah, the last Hex conference, and he was wearing this turtleneck, and I had to like Photoshop him on this Steve Jobs deal. Tanto no mi. Love Dip Catcher. So funny. I don't know, man. I don't know if I tagged it. Maybe it didn't. I don't think we're gonna see it. I think Hodl Dog, was it Hodl Dog or A-Bit, had a whole bunch of they were doing interviews. I remember him asking me about Maximus, and we did an interview. I've never seen it though. Like, where is either A-Bit or Hodl? Maybe it's A-Bit. I think A-Bit was doing a bunch of interviews. Where is this content? Please edit it and put it out. I want to see the interviews, and I'm sure there's lots of pictures from that too. Anyways, Miami, yes, I plan on being there, and at least for a couple days or so, and going to the Bitcoin conference as well, wearing some Hex swag and maybe getting tackled. I don't know. It's possible. See what they think.
Yeah, I'm too much of a pleb to spend the $650.
You don't have to. It is optional. You can just go the $100 route.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Or there's a donation wallet, guys.
That's true. Shout out to Furu's Patreon that I just found out existed. I was like, you should create a Patreon. He's like, I have one. Like, oh, my bad. I didn't know you had one. Cool.
Yeah. No, I appreciate also the insight. And I know you're in a rush, but could I get your take on the Hex price right now for closing thoughts?
What is the Hex price right now?
We got it right here.
Okay, let's say you want to pull it up. Hex price. I love giving price predictions.
Oh yeah.
I do not give price predictions. What? So I can't hardly see on the screen.
You just make it full screen. We're at 5.477.
5.47. Okay.
5.5. Let's say 5.5.
I've seen a lot of Twitter people talking about 6 cents. Somebody was like, if we hold here, 12 cents maybe is one of the next targets. I don't know. That seems a little bit like we'll need some Pulsechain testnet rocket fuel for that one. But I think, go ahead.
No, finish that.
I just said that I think a lot of it depends on. I was talking to DCC the other day, and he was saying that Hex price look good right now, but if we don't get a Pulsechain, some kind of launch soon, maybe the public opinion wavers a little bit, another onerous delay, some other bug display or whatever. Maybe we slow down on Steam, but I don't know. TA guys say price look good right now from what I've seen, so I'm hopeful. I'll say that I'm hopeful that we continue on this trajectory. Macro conditions affect it. Pulsechain launch, I think, affects it as well. So I don't know. Do we get to 12 cents by mid-May?
Well, that the line you see right there where it's breaking above, that was my V3 target, and we haven't gotten to V3, and it was broken through. So looks like the next level up is going to have to be the V3 target. But Crispy Man said 3 months till V3. He said he could see 3 months till V3 and then another 3 months till mainnet. And he's a really smart guy. So I don't know what would that mean for the price.
I think anytime we have good news about Pulsechain, the Hex price hasn't been dipping. I wouldn't say that with 100% confidence, but I've never seen us dip on what is it? Would that be sell the buy the news seller, some kind of form of that? Like, I haven't seen us dip on good Pulsechain news. So I think the fuel for the Hex rocket ship, why people would buy it, get their copies, will OA create some sort of parity, all these bullish narratives that could or could not happen. That is a factor in why people are buying Hex, for better or for worse. So at least that's what I'm seeing. Again, not a chart guy. I'm just a guy who can chew bubblegum and type at the same time. And I look at Twitter and I look at the macros a little bit on certain data feeds. But I think Pulsechain, there's a strong correlation now that people they've got hope. They've seen Richard talk about it a lot more lately. They've got the dev outrage marketing, and they want to believe. But and the macros and the inflation and the numbers and the 0.25, that certainly helped as well.
Well, there you go. There you have it. I guess we could close off the stream with that.
Steven says, chew gum, type, and wear a hat. This guy has it all. Thank you, Steven.
I agree.
I appreciate that.
And Abit, thanks for
Abit. Where is fucking media? I need that interview, that Maximus interview. It's not like this some amazing interview, but I'm just like, I thought where's the PulseCon rewind? Are we doing a PulseCon rewind? Abit. I need a muscle on the rewind. If 2 muscles on the rewind, 1 muscle for you're still working on it. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, guys, so thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Please go to RHMax and like and subscribe to his Twitter. Go check out his blog and go to follow him on Twitter at RHMax. And go to furufinance.com and book a free one-on-one or become a patron. Link is in the description. Do you have any closing words, RHMax?
Just one thing. I'm at RHMax most on all platforms except YouTube. On YouTube, it's at RHMax. But RHMax most if you're it's okay. It'll be a never-ending confusion. And on Telegram, it's at RHMaxy. So even different. Not that I use Telegram very often, but every once in a while. Oh, still in progress. 8-bit. Awesome. Thank you. Can't wait to see it. Should be great.
All right, guys. Thank you again. And I'll see you guys on Monday. And patrons, I'll see you in the Zoom meeting on Sunday. But have a great weekend, everybody.
Boom.